Good morning, junior school.
Good morning, Mr. Cordy and Miss Griffiths.
Excellent. Nailed it. First time. Bravo. We'll get cracking with the main body of the assembly. So, you can see that I have got my I and me template up. That gives you a little bit of a clue as to which is the main strand of the roadmap that we're going to be focusing in on today. We are now into February. Every year, as I'm sure some of you will remember from previous years, is LGBTQ plus History Month. Okay, it's something that the school acknowledges and celebrates, and over in senior school there's lots of things going on. And LGBTQ plus History Month, as you might remember, is all about us celebrating our individuality. It's all about us celebrating what makes us unique, what makes our friendships and our relationships unique, what makes our families unique. And we celebrate those friendships and our love, the love in all its forms, and recognise our right to be those brilliant individuals that we are. And you can see the school likes to celebrate it, and we've even got our own flag, which is flying up above the tower at the moment. You might have noticed, and you also might have noticed as you went to the bus last week, or perhaps if you come in or out of school in this direction, you'll have seen that the senior school children have coloured the main steps up from the War Memorial towards the main school building in rainbow colours as well. Looking really, really beautiful. It's a time for us at IJS that we really love to celebrate our families. We love to celebrate the fact that our families are as unique as us, that there's no two families that are the same. Some families have a mum and a dad. Some families have two mums. Some families have two dads. Some have maybe one parent. Some have grandparents. Some families, there aren't mummies and daddies, and there are other people that look after the children. And whatever the setup is for your family, that is what is unique to you and what is wonderful about you and wonderful about your family. All families are super duper special. And it's at times like this, during LGBTQ plus History Month, that we recognise and we celebrate that whether you're a boy, whether you are a girl, that shouldn't ever affect who you love, who you want to have a relationship with, who you want to build a friendship with, any kind of relationship. It doesn't matter whether you are a boy or whether you are a girl.
In fact, whether you're a boy or a girl shouldn't really have to affect anything. As an example, Mr. Cordy, I'm a woman. Does that mean that I have to wear pink dresses and light makeup and sparkles and unicorns? I do love sparkles and unicorns and makeup, but does it mean that I have to just because I'm female?
What do we think, junior school?
No.
And equally, Miss Griffiths, just because I'm a man, does that mean that I can't wear pink, or indeed a pink dress, glitter, sparkles, etc.?
What do you reckon, junior school?
No.
Or less sure that time, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. When we're thinking about this, questions, there's a specific word that we use beginning with an S. And we say that, because Miss Griffiths is a woman, she should dress in a certain way and behave in a certain way and perhaps like certain things and not like other things. And equally, the flip side for me, Dominic, what's that word?
Stereotyping.
Brilliant, stereotyping. And that's one of the big things that during LGBTQ plus History Month, and indeed, to be fair, the rest of the year round for us at IJS, we want to get rid of those stereotypes. Again, whether you are a boy or a girl, you can wear what you enjoy to wear. You can use the colours that you like to use. Throw some glitter in if you like to put some glitter in. You can play the sports that you want to play the games that you want to play. You are not defined by your gender. You are unique, and we want you to celebrate that fact.
Okay, as part of LGBTQ plus History Month, I'd like to draw attention to someone who I think you all know, but you don't know that you know. Okay, his name is Howard Ashman. Now, this week for music, in Mrs. Kavalich's wonderful calendar of music, I think it's actually country music, isn't it, Mrs. Kavali? But the music we were listening to when we came in was not country music. Did anybody recognise what the song was and where it's from? Let's see. Harry, what do you reckon? Okay, let's go. Yes, Little Mermaid. It's part of your world by from the Little Mermaid. And the lyrics to that were written by this incredible person, Howard Ashman. And he's credited with being one of the great minds behind what's known as the Disney Renaissance, when all the really, really good movies came out. Like Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, the ones that started winning all of the Oscars. And Howard Ashman, he was gay in a time when it was deemed to not be okay to be gay. Now, do we remember from our Year 3 PSHE what the word gay actually means? I wonder if anybody could help me with this. Tara, do you remember? Fantastic, yes. For boys, is when they grow up, if they have a boyfriend or a husband, and for girls, when you grow up, it's whether you have a girlfriend or a wife. Okay, and at the time when Howard Ashman was writing all of his lyrics, he lived and worked in California, one of the states in America, and in over half of the states in America, it was illegal to be gay. Isn't that crazy? The idea that it can be illegal to love who you love. That's a bit bonkers, isn't it? Totally bonkers. And his wonderful lyrics actually help us all to understand that you shouldn't need to hide your true identity, okay? He put all of his feelings into these incredible lyrics, okay? The idea that we shouldn't have to hide who we are to be accepted. So, for example, what does the Little Mermaid have to do before she finds love and happiness? Isn't it crazy to think that she has to change everything about who she is just to find love? If we think about Aladdin, Aladdin is forced to change everything about who he is. And the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, he has to go on this full journey of self-acceptance and learning to love himself and learning to love all of those around him. So Howard Ashman put all of his feelings about not being able to be who he is and live his true identity into his wonderful storytelling. And that's one of the reasons why they have so much power today. He brought the characters to life because he kind of understood what it was to have to hide who you are. And in the junior school, we know that we are all unique and we celebrate diversity. So hopefully none of us should ever have to hide our true selves. And in celebrating this, we've got some really lovely books for you to read over the course of LGBTQ History Month. These books, in fact, I've already distributed Bathe the Cat. It's one of my top favourites, not only because it celebrates diversity, but also it's got a cat in it. And coming out to you soon is Pirate Month, which is also a fantastic read, and I very much hope that you will enjoy it.
I'm just going to go back to this. I have to say, Miss Griffith, I was quite surprised how few people put their hand up to recognise the song. Put your hand up if you have ever watched The Little Mermaid before. Well, actually, quite a few. Put your hand up if you've watched Aladdin, the animated version. Oh, okay, most people. And then what about Beauty and the Beast? Oh, excellent. Phew, okay, excellent. I was a little bit worried that I might have to set some extra half-term homework
Absolutely.
to say watch all three of these.
I think we ought to set that as a homework anyway, just because they're so good.
Okay.
And because, Mr. Cordy, it's of great cultural importance. Did you know that Beauty and the Beast was the first animated movie to ever win an Oscar?
I did not know that.
Super
There
cool.
you go. There you go. So, fantastic, fantastic films, fantastic stories, and a wonderful man that helped to bring those stories to life, and then some really lovely, lovely stories for us to look forward to reading and sharing and thinking about. And as Miss Griffith said, it comes back to what we said about that we are all different. We are all unique. We all live in a time where we can truly be ourselves. But I can rock up and wear a crazy pink tie on a Monday and nobody will think anything of it. Okay? When I first started teaching 20 years ago, there's no way I would have worn a pink tie. I would have thought, oh, what will people think about me if I wear a pink tie? And I love pink. It's one of my favourite colours.
Yeah.
Now, I can wear it and know that I'll be comfortable. I know that none of you are going to look at it and think anything. I know that none of my colleagues are going to look at it and think anything. Because I'm unique in the same way that all of you are unique. So, we are going to finish with a little bit of mindfulness. So, what I would like you to do, please, is to find yourselves a comfortable position. And as usual, you can either choose to close your eyes or just bow your head and just soften your gaze. And when you're ready, you can start to breathe in, nice and slowly through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, slow and controlled. And as you take those breaths, just let your shoulders relax. Let any part of your body that's tense just loosen a little. Notice the feeling of your chest and diaphragm expand as you breathe in. Relax as you breathe out. As you breathe in, think about what is it that makes you unique? What is it that makes you different to everybody else? And just bring that focus back to your breath. Take one more final breath, make this the biggest one. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And when you're ready, I have to say, Juniors, well, I have a spectacular ability to time it that we start our mindfulness just before the bell goes off. It happens nearly every time, but you don't let it faze you. None of you will just suddenly go, oh, what's that? You just carry on, you stay in the zone, and that's terrific. Really, really well done. I hope you all have a really fantastic week. Lots of exciting things for us to do between now and half term. Put your hands up if you're looking forward to Young Voices on Thursday. I know it involves lots of you. Excellent, hands down. I hope you have a fantastic time. And I hope with all the other things that are going on, lots to get their teeth into. Looking forward to pictures of what 6C get up to in their alpha education.